So, welcome back to SIHH Live, our television studio where during the week we are going to meet the people and hear the ideas that are the center of fine watchmaking. This session is going to feature a presentation by the Foundation for Fine Watchmaking, Fondation de l'Horlogerie, and more specifically their training unit, the FHH Academy, which was created in 2014 to train people in the ecosystem of HORLOGERIE. Its 23 trainers in 9 languages have already trained since 2014 more than 10,000 people. Now, some of the knowledge of the Academy is going to be built into an app for the people of HOTE Horlogerie, which is going to be available soon, in a couple of months, and is presented today for the first time here. It will be presented by the training director of the FHH Academy, Aurélie Streit, who is going to be then later joined for a live demo of the app by her colleague Rodolphe Dubly. Aurélie, the stage is yours.
Hi. Good morning, everybody. This morning I have questions for you. First question is, how many apps do you have in your smartphone? And the other question is, how many apps do you use in your smartphone? According to the statistics, 75% of the apps downloaded in your phone are not used. It applies for me perfectly, and I can imagine that it also applies for numerous sales associates in the watchmaking industry. So, moreover, sales associates have access to so many materials from the brands or channels like social media, advertisements, magazine, internet website, PowerPoint, application for tablet, for example, etc. So, going through all that information is so time-consuming, and it could be so confusing. So, that's why Watch Live was created. We wanted to help them to focus on the essentials, to focus on the useful and to make it easy. So Watch Live is a unique, collaborative, and digital learning solutions. And I'm glad to be here today for the first time to present to you Watch Live, which is mobile learning made easy. So another question, why you cannot out of your way for training sessions when why don't you do it yourself where and when you want? Thanks to Watch Live, training made mobile, it's an app that you can download it in every store over the world, Google Play Store, Apple Store, but also 40 main Chinese stores. And you can, of course, as every app, access to Watch Live at any time. Next questions. Why browse for various information sources when you can find everything in the same place? Through Watch Live, you get inside all the maison on board in this project in one click. Why monitor multiple social media accounts when you have the latest news from your brands in one glance? Follow the first features of Watch Live is like a social media hub. And thanks to this, it's really time-consuming. Time-saving to avoid time-consuming, because you have everything, you have all the posts from the brands, and you don't lose the essentials. Why be overwhelmed by information? Why you easily access to the very essential of watchmaking knowledge? Thanks to the Learn features, you have access to multiple micro-learnings modules about maison, DNA, product, history, but also on watchmaking knowledge, very basic watchmaking knowledge, micro-module made by FHH Academy. The last questions, why work hard on your knowledge when you can learning by fun? So with the play function, you can play, of course, you can win points and get reward. The more you connect, the more you train yourself in the platform, the more you collect points and have the opportunity to get reward. The first reward in that platform is to have the opportunity to take for free the SIHH certification, which is the first and only international certification on watchmaking knowledge. So, if I want to summarize, Watch Live is 3 features: follow, learn, and play. Follow the social media hub, learn the micro-learning module, and play with short game, and get reward of the platform. But let's see how it looks like with the live demo of my colleague, Rodolphe, which is the project and training manager for FHH Academy.
Oh. So here we are. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Rodolphe. Today, I would like you to be in the feet of a sales associate in a multi-brand dealer store. For example, I'm French, and let's say I'm working at Boucherer in Paris, for example. So I'm a typical millennial. You can see on my home screen, this is my personal phone. I have so many apps, as Aurelia was saying, and I have so many apps that I actually don't use. And here I have a little work section where actually I can have my LinkedIn and everything that is related to my work, Odinky, Watchville, the Watch Essentials app, and I have also Watch Live here, which is what we are interested in. I was actually looking at Lange & Söhne because it's one of my favorite brands, as you could see. Here we are on the home screen, so already was mentioning the 3 main features that you have on Watch Live. These 3 main features, you find them straight away with the learn function, the play function, in the middle, my dashboard with the points that I get on the app. So pay attention, maybe we will get a little bit of points during this demo. Then I have this little hat, which is actually the FHH certification. The first level of reward you can get on Watch Live is basically earn some points and be able to freely take the FHH certification in order to have a diploma, be recognized in the industry. So here I'm still a bit far away, but I have a work to do, and I will do it with you. Finally, on the below part of the app, I have the newsfeed, the follow function. And here it's particularly interesting because as a sales associate, I'm excited about SIHH. So many things are happening at the same time, but going to all the different brands, it's taking a lot of time. Here I have everything at one glance. All the latest novelties are coming up in one place. The 8 maisons present on Watch Live, I can see them. For example, let's see, Je Gère le Coutre. They launched, of course, the Memovox Polaris this year. I can quickly see the main information from Instagram, a 42mm case, and a bit the main function here, which is something that, for me, it's time-saving. I can have everything in the same place. Then let's quickly go to one brand. We have the banner on the top here. I select my brand, and I would like to go to Vacheron Constantin. To stay in the follow function, you see still the learn function, follow function, play function, but I would like to remain on the follow function to show you what it looks like at a brand. Here, everything is filtered, so if I want to know something specific about Vacheron, I will go here. And here we have something quite fantastic, which is actually the métier d'art that was disclosed at this SIHH. It's wonderful. I can see this very quickly, come back, maybe see another account of Vacheron, which is the Outdoor Lounge, and have a little bit more about a vintage piece, which is also interesting for me. I'm coming back on the home screen. you could see here the first function of Watch Live, which is follow, and it is really something that is time-saving for me. It's so easy to have all the latest news from the Maison. Now what is interesting is maybe to go to the learn function. Learn function, I could go at one brand. Here we are at Lange. And then I can have some micro-module learnings from actually different topics, the latest that you see on the top, or the latest modules that are added. Then you have something about the brand. You can have something about the know-how. I'm coming back, and I would like to show you maybe something that is really interesting for me, because, again, I'm a sales associate at Bushra. It's definitely the module that I have, for example, for Panerai. Here, this module of Panerai is about the Luminor Due. I used to receive so many PDF and PowerPoints, and now I have this on my app. And let's see. We have a short video to start.
The first Panerai timekeeping instruments were engineered for the Italian Navy to accomplish heroic missions. The unmistakable crown-protecting device with lever was conceived for the Luminor 1950 watch. Inspired by the pursuit of innovation, Panerai reduces the thickness of the Luminor 1950 case, introducing the caliber Pete 9010. Today, history comes to light with the Luminor Due, a new innovative case celebrating this legendary watch. The Luminor Due arises in a territory where elegance rhymes with the authentic history of Panerai. Luminor Due emerges from the past, belongs to the future.
So here it's to show you that basically, thanks to Watch Live, I have some interactive learning, I have some videos, I can be inspired, I can have something really new. For example, here I'm scrolling on the screen and I see the difference of thickness between the old Luminor Due and the new one. I can go quickly through this module, seeing the key features that I really need to mention when I'm actually in front of a client. Talking about the Luminor Due, so the thickness, the crown, the sandwich dial that you all know for Panerai, the new thickness that is really interesting. I'm going a little bit further, and I can see the collection, the different Luminor Due that you have in this collection. And here, maybe this one is my favorite, the Titania one in blue. I would like to know a little bit more about the details of this in order to talk better to my client. And then what I have next is the other pieces of the collections, but it's also something that really interests me as a sales associate, that are the main storytelling, the main key points I need to talk to my clients when I want to sell the Luminor Due. So there is this new case that is interesting. You have the aesthetic code of Panerai, the sapphire glass clear store. I'm going very quick here because I don't want you to have too much information, but this is something that I really need to keep to be a better salesperson, and that's what Watch Live is about. And finally, I can just quickly go through the quiz to know if I'm good, if I understood well, but we went too fast here, so let's not do it. We would have a poor score. So we saw the Luminor Due, and what's interesting is that we saw these divers, we saw this history, and I'm really not too sure about, for example, water resistance. I go in the Learn function, I see all the different modules, and I would like to know a little bit more about water resistance. That's good because FHH came up with 47 micro-learning modules that you can use in order to improve your knowledge. On this one, I can select my language. I would like to go for English. And it's going to be a short quiz to know a little bit more. Water-resistant watches are designed for scuba diving. I saw scuba divers on the Panerai video, but maybe actually it's not only for scuba divers. If I just want to swim, maybe it's a good idea to have a water-resistant watch. And I can learn quickly about more things about water resistance thanks to Watch Live. Now, coming back here, the last feature, as we saw, the follow feature, the learn feature, would be to show you the play feature. If I click on the play, top right, I have access to all these different quizzes that for me can be fun, that make me gain points and then make me eligible to get some rewards. I would like to go here on the Piaget one. We have some little questions that are designed by the brands just for me to have fun, to challenge my knowledge and be a bit up to date with what's happening at the brand. And so Piaget here, the question is about who are they partnering with for this independent film festival. It can be Deauville, Cannes, or the Independent Spirit Awards. I'm not so sure here. I'm going to put Cannes. And then, who is this girl? American actress that's had a golden, that was at the Golden Globe of Piaget. This one I know because I find her really pretty. And it's Jessica Chastain. So this was a short quiz. Oh, I was wrong for the first question, you see. It was actually the Independent Spirit Awards. And then, but I was right for Jessica Chastain, of course, because I know her. And so, good. I gained some points. And so here we come back at the start. We come back at the feed. We come back at all these functions. This is all I can have on Watch Live, and this is how I would like to finish. And you saw we earned a little bit of points all over the world, so thank you for enabling me to come closer to the FHH certification. Thank you so much.
So, now I am pleased to welcome Jean-Luc Faure, which is International Business Development Director of GENÈVE, and also Maxime Ferté. Where is Maxime? Which is International Commercial Director of Baume & Mercier. Welcome. You have a microphone? No? Ooh.
It's coming just over there.
OK. So I'm very happy to we have those brands on board on Watch Live from the beginning. I'm very happy about that.
Into the light.
OK. Sorry. I come back to my place. OK. Thank you to be here. And my question is you are part of Watch Live, and why it is important for your brands to take part of this kind of project.
Well, thank you very much. Good evening, good morning.
Maxime.
Well, for Baume & Mercier, it was very simple. We have a very, very large distribution with point of sales, with a lot of rotation in terms of sales associates. And to keep up with them and to keep up with the trainings and the updates, it was really becoming impossible nowadays to be on time and to have the relevant information at the right time. So just the fact that now we don't have to have a computer only to receive information, and everybody almost has a smartphone. That was the key point for us to embark on this project, because honestly it was becoming impossible for us to follow. And it comes at the right point because on top it resonates to the younger audience to learn and play and not just sit in the classroom and listen to another training of a sales of a watch brand. Simple.
Thank you, Maxime.
Thank you for having us. For us, it's a little bit different because we don't have a huge network. I mean, we have a relatively small number of doors compared to Baume & Mercier, so the idea was more to focus on the high complication segment. We are very strong in this segment. We sell a couple of very nice watches, and we have just realized that the knowledge of our staff is not qualitative enough. When the customer comes to the store and asks some specific question about a QP, a calendar, a tourbillon, or even a Grande Sonnerie or a minute repeater. So the idea was to be focused on the technical aspect of GENÈVE, to make sure that every time you have a customer who enters in the store, you have the basic knowledge to answer and to close the deal.
Okay, thank you very much for your testimonials. Right now, Right now, to conclude, I want to summarize our presentation. Let's watch a short video, if I can launch it. Yeah.
So we see that digital, which is disrupting the whole industry in terms of particularly distribution, is also useful and offers opportunity when it comes to training and educating people. A playful, useful, informative app. It's going to be available later this spring, in April, I think, for both Android and iPhone. Does anyone have a question for Aurélie or Rodolphe? If it's not the case, we just invite you to...
That's really clear, actually.
Okay, in that
Perfect.
case...
We have one
here.
here.
Yes, sure. Just wait for the microphone. Yes?
Hi. Is there have you got a function with price eventually, which could be plugged into this application?
Is there a function with price?
Price. Because it's very important for sales associate, obviously, to have an idea of
Yes.
the price bracket when they look at
Okay,
products.
we have on the whole platform the reward system.
And then the price of the watches.
No. Definitely not. It's a learning digital tool. It's not a commercial digital tool. That's a big difference because we really want to focus on learning, and we don't want to speak about price, discount, or this kind of things. We don't want to go. And you know, what is important to explain is on that kind of tools, the data is not really sensible. It's more about general knowledge and also to be up to date and also to focus on the essentials. It's not about all the details of everything. Maybe in the next version, in some years, if it works well, we will go through this kind of information. But also, we have to be very straight to the point with this kind of... And that's why we don't want to distort with commercial interactions.
It's not supposed to be a catalog at this point.
No, it's not
That's-
supposed.
yeah. Anyone else? Yes, two people here in the back.
Just a quick question about the rewards. I mean, it's a nice way to incentivize the sales associate. So the first one is definitely the FHH certification. Will there be a little bit of communication to tease and motivate the sales associate to participate, get points, and get awards?
Yes, absolutely. There is different level of reward on the platform. There is at whole level, at all brands reward, we have certification, and also we plan to do a challenge. So all the sales associates who have enough points can be part of a general challenge every year. When you have a ranking, and if you are best, you can earn some present. Could be a watch. We have to decide with the brand if it could be a good idea or not. And also, at each level, you have a possibility to get reward by also present or experience, but each brand do what they want, actually. It's not... they are very free to reward as they want. Is that okay? Yes? Yeah.
Will the wholesale manager have information on who participated, what is the level of... How do you share the information with the commercial teams on who in Bucherer France typically took the training and how much points they have?
So when you say the...
Typically, I'm wholesale manager for France.
When you
and
say
I
a
wanna
wholesale...
know-
Okay, perfect. So
I wanna
you will
know
have a...
Rodolphe, come back to the live.
Oh, sorry.
If you participated and how much points you get.
Yes, so definitely with Watch Live, you will have access as a wholesale manager for France to basically, through the back office of Watch Live, to all the information about people joining as soon as they accept the data policy, which is something we are very straight with. But we managed to find a way for you to have the information that you need on
we'll
Watch
have it
Live
in the
about
backup.
who is doing what and who is interesting in what. And this, for you as a wholesale manager, is definitely really interesting.
You had another question? No? Okay. Anyone else? Yes, here on the back. Wait for the microphone, please. Thank you.
So my question is, how do we share the information between the brands? So can we see what, if you are Piaget, can you see the information from Vacheron? How does it, how it is organized, actually?
Yeah, it's a lot of questions. But yes, we finally decided that all the sales associates have access to all the brand's content. I don't say all the brands play. I say all the brands content on the learn part, because we want to share the information. We want to, we also want to avoid a break. When you need to have a password for everything, you will not go through this app. You go one time and you always forget your password and you will not come back. So this, I told you, it must be really easy tool. If you have breaks everywhere, you will never use the app like as we want. So that's why we decided with all the brands to open the content. But this is possible that one brand can, I would say, protect the content by a password, for example. It is an option, but until now, the 8 brands on board decided to open it.
And
Everything.
No, I think they're talking
and
about
there is another question, I think, behind what you say. It's about sharing the statistics between the brands, is it?
No, it's also sharing the statistic, but sharing the knowledge, actually. That means you have access to everything. That
So
means
from the back office, you have access to the general statistics of the platform and the statistics from your brand, if you are working at a maison. And then what we would like to do with Watch Live is to actually hold some committees regularly, so brands can exchange best practices. We are a team, and we are working all together. The idea of Watch Live. It's a collaborative solutions between the maison to help to build a more efficient and a more positive tool and a more productive tool for everyone, actually, in the end. So we would like to share, but not directly through your back office, but actually through committees that happen regularly.
it's a tool for collective intelligence, not competitive intelligence.
Absolutely.
You have a question too.
FHH.
So in fact, there is no level of what you are going to see. No difference. Everybody is able to see all the different content, to learn. That's just to check if I
From
have
the user
understood.
perspective, you
From
mean?
the user perspective.
Yeah, that's what she
But
was
from
saying.
behind, from the admin, for me, it's something completely different. Here, it's completely closed, and you are not going to share. It's only if we have a community.
But this is about actually data protection and data
Yeah,
policy.
normal.
That actually what is happening at your brand you will know, but we cannot give you straight away what is happening at let's say here we are partner brands. But
For me, it's like SIHH. You can go and you can enter in every booth.
Yeah.
You have no problem with that. You can show your watch. And it's the SIHH of training, actually.
Okay. Just to remember, how many languages do you have?
it will be available in 10 languages, the app, and then the maison will be free to upload the content in the number of languages they want at the rhythm they want, because of course translation is key. But at least what we impose is to have a minimum of English and simplified Chinese for any kind of content on Watch Live, and the rest is depending on the brands and the strategy.
Okay.
You have time for one last question, if anyone has one. Doesn't seem to be the case, so thank you, Aurélie. Thank you, Rodolphe.
Thank you, Bruno.
Good wishes for the launch in April, and thank you to all of you and those who are watching online. The next session here is at 11:30, and we will have the announcement of the winners of this year's Young Talent Competition, 11:30 in the TV studio. Thank you, goodbye.